Was good, y'all? That's it with another banger. Today we got another full anime review. I have finished the anime Summertime Rendering, and woo, was it gas, boys? Start off by saying that it was absolute gas, bro. Y'all know that I've been bringing you reviews to animes I've been watching off camera. I did the Japanese Tales anime. I did Great Pretender and Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone I was reacting to here, but I decided to finish it on my own because it was just better that way. And I brought you reviews to all of them. I started to watch Dororo, so expect a review on that as soon as I finish it. But let's get into this Summertime Rendering review. This anime is an anime I knew about for a long time. I knew about it since when it first came out. I heard that when it was coming out, a lot of people were saying that it was really good. It's not very popular. I love those underrated, not known about masterpiece, but like the suspenseful thriller ones, you know, with good plot, and that's exactly what Summertime Rendering was. It was so good. If I had to like put it, it's like a mix of like ReZero, Another, and like Tokyo Revengers, like you know, because it had good plot. Obviously there was like time loops which you had to keep up with, which was a little bit confusing, but I was able to keep up with it. That's one thing in ReZero I really was not able to keep up with time loops, so I didn't really like ReZero as much. And just like a lot of bodies were dropping, and it was pain. There was a lot of suspense. It was really good. Great character cast. I have a characters tier that's coming on the way for this anime too. Great character cast, an absolutely amazing one. Great main character, great side characters, really good villain, really good villain. I liked the villain a lot, especially even before he got revealed as a human. I liked him more then, but I still liked him as a human, obviously. So yeah, great characters, great plot. The plot was really good, you know, obviously the theme being with the shadows, so there's basically shadows in like the world or whatever, and they were killing people, and basically there was 3 shadows, like this kid that was a shadow, who was obviously like not a kid, but it was a shadow as like a kid, like this big demon type who was a human inside, and then the mom, right? And then the mom was like an old mom who like needed bodies and like deaths to like revive herself because she was like weak from like Sarah's eye powers and stuff. Like that's what their whole goal was, and they failed many times. The good people, like the main character and the other people. So basically, the main character was coming back for a funeral for her friend that got. Well, they didn't know this was episode 1, but got destroyed by a shadow. And like throughout the story, we were able to see how that happened and all that. And the shadow theme was just really good. Like it was really good. They didn't miss on anything. Everything was explained very well. And throughout the storyline, I mean, there was a bunch of time loops. So he died a lot, like the main character. He kept failing, but it was a time loop, so he respawned where he started. And obviously, each time he would try to change things, he kept getting beat, but eventually he did finally win in the end, obviously. And I really liked it. The time looping was fire. The thing for me is, the time looping did get a little repetitive after like around like 15 episodes, I'd say, because I just knew that like whatever happened in the time loops at that point didn't really matter as much, even though it did end up mattering and like you have to pay attention and know what happened. I just knew like it didn't really matter until like the end, until the final time they fight, you know. At this point it was like when they looped around like episode 15, I was like, it was like the 6th or 7th time already, and I was like, alright, like it's fire and I like it a lot. That's the only thing I didn't love about it. Everything else is literally a 10 out of 10 that I like, but I just thought it looped a couple too many times, because at the point I was just like, it doesn't even matter what happens during these loops, I just need to know what happens when it's a final loop, you know? So, but it was really good. It was really good. Like I said, great characters, great plot, fights were great, you know, fights were really good. Obviously they used guns and like the way they had to do it. Great character cast, like I said. There was some romance in it a little bit, which was cool, and it was just really good all around, man. I mean, it's like I said, the shadow theme was really fire, man. The shadow themes, you know, so there's obviously like 2 of like each people. One of them was a shadow. It was hard to tell them apart. Then we met the girl who we kept respawning by and going into her tits, you know. That was funny. And she was a dog. She was fire. And yeah, we also had Miho and the orange hair guy who was like on our side for real. The cop was dope. It was just all around a really solid anime, bro. Happy ending. I don't expect a season 2 the way it ended, but who knows? They didn't give us any hints of one. It was really a happy ending. So really good anime in my opinion. It's in my around like 20 to 30. Like it's in the range of my top 20 to 30 animes of all time. It's somewhere in there for sure. So that's a really high number. So it was really good. Is it an isekai? I'm very confused. I don't think it is, but it might be. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate your thoughts. Appreciate y'all. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Love y'all so much. gonna bring you all the Dora reviews when I'm done. Every anime I watch off camera, always bring you all reviews. So, and I've been on my anime grind for real. I'm watching Great Teacher Okazu after. I'm planning on watching Eden of the East soon. There's a lot. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Make sure to go sub to my anime channel also. I'm always doing anime over there every single day. So, link in description. Peace.